Have you ever felt a mysterious weakness in your legs? A heaviness when you climb the stairs or try to keep up with the grandchildren? Many assume it's just the normal rhythm of aging, another page in life's calendar turning. But sometimes, the culprit is quietly hiding in your diet, your medicine cabinet, or even the so-called healthy routines you've picked up over the years. Today, on Star Healthy, we're pulling back the curtain on a surprising truth. 3 common vitamins, when used the wrong way or in the wrong amounts, may actually be sapping your strength, making your legs weaker instead of stronger. It might sound contradictory, or even a little unsettling. We're all told to take our vitamins, but for seniors, what's good in moderation can sometimes become a hidden danger, especially when it comes to leg health, mobility, and independence. In this special episode, part 3 of our Leg Health series, we're going to guide you through an eye-opening countdown. We'll start with vitamin A overload, then move on to the secret side effects of too much vitamin E. And finally, we'll uncover the double-edged sword of vitamin D when it gets out of balance. For each one, you'll learn how it sneaks into everyday routines, what real-life symptoms to watch out for, and, most importantly, how you can take action to reclaim your strength and stride with confidence. Grab your favorite chair, settle in, and let's shine a light on the 3 vitamins that might be weakening your legs right now, so you can stand taller and move forward every day. Let's dive in with our countdown. Number 3 on our list, vitamin A overload, the unseen threat to your bones and joints. Think back to your childhood. Remember those old cartoons telling kids to eat their carrots for good eyesight? It's true. Vitamin A is essential for vision, immune health, and much more. But what most people don't realize is that for seniors, the more is better idea doesn't always hold. In fact, as you age, your body's need for vitamin A actually goes down. Too much of it can become a silent saboteur, particularly to your bones and joints, and by extension, your legs. Let's set the scene. Picture Ruth, a vibrant 74-year-old who loves tending her rose bushes. She starts taking a multivitamin and an extra supplement, hoping to keep her skin smooth and eyesight sharp. Within a few months, Ruth begins to notice aching in her knees, hips, and even slight swelling around her shins. Climbing her garden steps gets harder. The muscle fatigue feels unfamiliar. She assumes it's just normal aging, but the answer is subtler. Her body is struggling under the weight of too much vitamin A. So, what exactly happens inside the body when vitamin A levels soar beyond what's healthy? While small doses support vision and immunity, high doses, often above 3,000 micrograms for adults, can actually accelerate bone thinning, a process called osteoporosis. Scientists have found that excess vitamin A slows down the cells that build bone, while speeding up the cells that break bone down. The result? Bones become thinner, weaker, and more vulnerable to breaks, especially in the hips, thighs, and joints, most crucial for mobility. But here's the twist. It's remarkably easy for today's seniors to unknowingly cross into vitamin A overload. Many multivitamins, fortified breakfast cereals, energy bars, milk, and even meal replacement drinks contain retinol, the most potent form of vitamin A, stacking up your daily intake before you've even sat down for lunch. Unlike plant-based carotenes from carrots or sweet potatoes, which the body can control, retinol builds up in your liver, slowly raising blood levels to risky territory. How do you know if you might be getting too much? Watch out for these warning signs. Chronic joint pain or stiffness that doesn't seem to match activity, unusual bone tenderness, increased bruising, and in some cases, unexplained fatigue or muscle weakness, especially in the legs. Long-term, high-dose vitamin A can also cause headaches, dry skin, and even blurred vision. If you've noticed that changes in your mobility seem out of step with your overall activity, it's wise to review your recent vitamin routine. So how can you protect your legs and bones without sacrificing the benefits of vitamin A? First, take a close look at your labels. Compare your multivitamin, fortified foods, and any separate supplements. For most seniors, the recommended daily allowance sits around 700 micrograms for women and 900 micrograms for men. But it's best to speak with your healthcare provider about your unique needs. Stick to whole food sources like colorful fruits and veggies, sweet potatoes, spinach, kale, and carrots, where the vitamin A comes as easy-to-regulate carotenes, not retinol. Only consider retinol supplementation if a doctor prescribes it, especially if you have conditions that affect nutrient absorption. And as always, be wary of overlapping supplements. It's surprisingly common to double or even triple up without meaning to. Remember Ruth and her roses? After her doctor helped her to cut back on the retinol supplements, trade her breakfast bar for whole fruit, and boost her calcium intake, she found new energy in her step. Within weeks, her knees stopped aching, and she was back to her beloved garden walks. The lesson is clear. For seniors, more isn't always better, especially with vitamin A. Your bones and legs will thank you for a little moderation and a lot of whole foods. Now let's move on to the next hidden vitamin risk. Number 2, vitamin E in excess. The stealthy drain on muscle recovery and strength. Vitamin E is often billed as the antioxidant superhero, a shield against damage, a protector of cells. You see it in skin creams promising youthful glow, in heart-healthy vitamins stacked at every pharmacy, and in nutritional headlines everywhere. For decades, people have been encouraged to take their E. But what if, for those over 60, too much vitamin E is quietly undermining that hard-earned leg strength? Meet Bill, a retired school bus driver who loves early morning walks with friends. When he turned 65, he started a high-dose vitamin E supplement after reading that it could boost heart health. For the first time, however, Bill soon noticed trouble making it up his favorite hill. His legs felt weak and heavy, and post-exercise soreness lasted for days. He felt more tired than usual, almost as if that extra boost he was seeking had backfired. The answer, it turns out, lies in the double-edged role of vitamin E at the cellular level, especially when taken in doses over 400 IU, international units, per day. While moderate vitamin E helps repair cells after oxidative stress, think of the rust inside our bodies from aging, pollution, and wear and tear, very high doses can actually interfere with the mitochondria. These tiny powerhouses inside your muscle cells are responsible for creating the energy that keeps those legs moving, strong, and enduring. When you flood the body with more vitamin E than it can use, the mitochondria slow down, making muscle recovery harder and zapping your reserves right where you need them most, in your hips, thighs, and calves. More concerning? Studies have linked high-dose vitamin E to increased risk of fatigue, leg weakness, even trouble with coordination or walking stability. For seniors who are often already working to overcome age-related changes in muscle mass and nerve health, this is a loss you can't afford. There's another layer here too, natural versus synthetic vitamin E. Natural vitamin E, often listed as D-alpha tocopherol on labels, is the form that's easiest for your body to recognize and absorb, coming directly from foods like sunflower seeds, almonds, spinach, and olive oil. Synthetic forms, DL-alpha tocopherol, commonly used in cheaper supplements, aren't processed as efficiently and may actually contribute more to the problems of excess. So what should you do if you're worried about your vitamin E intake and your leg health? First, keep your daily supplement dose under 400 IU unless your healthcare provider says otherwise. More is not better, especially for seniors who already get vitamin E from their diet. Instead of reaching for a bottle, lean into vitamin E-rich foods. Just an ounce of almonds or a serving of avocado can go a long way. Make a habit of adding spinach to salads, snacking on sunflower seeds, or drizzling a little olive oil on roasted vegetables. Most importantly, pay attention to those subtle shifts. Unexplained muscle fatigue, trouble walking up a slope, or legs that take longer to recover after a simple neighborhood stroll. These aren't just part of growing older. They might be a red flag that your routine needs a gentle adjustment. For Bill, swapping his high-dose supplement for a varied, nutrient-rich breakfast made all the difference. His energy returned. The hills seemed a little less steep, and he realized that progress sometimes means less, not more. Which brings us to our final and perhaps most misunderstood vitamin risk. Number 1, vitamin D. Imbalance, the double-edged sword for leg health. If you walk down almost any aisle in a pharmacy today, you'll find bottles upon bottles of vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin. It's hailed as essential for immunity, bone strength, mood, even for staving off colds and aches. And for seniors, it's true. Not getting enough vitamin D can lead to brittle bones, weak muscles, and a higher risk of falls. But here's the catch. Too much vitamin D or vitamin D taken the wrong way can be equally dangerous to your legs, maybe even more so. Let's consider Linda, age 72, who after a routine test was told her vitamin D was low. Eager to improve, she picked up a supplement and took double the recommended dose, just to be safe. After several months, she noticed her legs feeling stiff, almost wooden, with occasional cramping and odd tingling sensations. She assumed it might be arthritis, but the answer turned out to be a combination of too much vitamin D and a lack of key partners, magnesium and vitamin K2. Here's what's happening inside Linda's body, and maybe yours too. Vitamin D's main job is to help calcium get absorbed into your bloodstream. But calcium can't tell where to go. Without enough vitamin K2, that calcium may settle in your blood vessels, not in your bones. The result? Stiff legs, cramping, reduced flexibility, and in severe cases, a risk of calcification. Basically, your arteries and soft tissue become less elastic, making it harder for blood to flow smoothly to those working muscles. Magnesium is another crucial player. Without enough magnesium, vitamin D doesn't activate properly, leading to symptoms like leg pain, weakness, and slower muscle recovery. Scientific research has shown that seniors taking high levels of vitamin D alone, without checking their magnesium and K2 intake, are at greater risk for not only stiffness, but also more serious problems like kidney stones or abnormal heart rhythms. So how do you achieve the right balance, supporting your bones and legs while avoiding the dangers? Start by knowing your numbers. If your doctor recommends vitamin D supplementation, ask to review your levels every few months. Don't add high-dose supplements to an already fortified milk, cereal, or juice without consulting a medical provider. More is not necessarily better. Pair your vitamin D with food sources that naturally contain magnesium, like leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and whole grains, and vitamin K2, found in egg yolks, certain cheeses, and fermented foods. Often, a balanced diet makes all the difference. Keep an eye out for red flags, persistent leg cramps, stiffness that extends from your calves to your hips, feelings of heaviness, or new numbness or tingling. These aren't signs to ignore. They might be clues that your vitamin regimen needs adjusting. For Linda, working with her doctor to scale back on her vitamin D dosage and add magnesium-rich snacks helped quickly resolve her leg stiffness. She got back to her daily walks and even picked up ballroom dancing with her husband every Friday. All it took was a quick review and a new understanding of what her body truly needed. Before we finish, let's take a moment to bring these lessons home. Across the country and around kitchen tables just like yours, seniors are trusting vitamins to protect and strengthen their health. But as you've seen today, supplements aren't always safe by default, and what works at age 30 doesn't always work at 60 or beyond. Our bodies change, needs shift, and choosing the right nutrients in the right balance is more important than ever. So what should you do next? First, pull out those supplement bottles and read the labels. Not just the front, but the fine print. Check your dosages for vitamin A, E, and D, especially if you're also eating a diet with lots of fortified foods. If you're unsure, reach out to your doctor or a registered dietitian. They can run simple blood tests, look at your full picture, and help you decide what you truly need and what you may need to cut back on. Second, prioritize your plate. Whole, nutrient-dense foods provide the safest, most effective forms of these vitamins, often in perfect balance with their essential partners. Think colorful vegetables, leafy greens, avocados, nuts, seeds, eggs, dairy, and whole grains. These are the building blocks of strong legs and strong lives. And finally, tune into your body. If you notice changes, new weakness, odd pain or cramping, or an unexplained shift in your mobility, don't write it off as just getting older. It might be your body's gentle way of calling for a different approach. At Star Healthy, we believe in empowering you to live not just longer, but better. Every step you take, every piece of knowledge you gain, is an investment in strength, dignity, and peace. Now that you know about these hidden vitamin dangers, don't stop here. Watch Part 4 to learn the top exercises you can do at home to protect and rebuild your legs after 60. Our expert-led routines are gentle, effective, and designed with seniors in mind. And if this was helpful, Hit subscribe. Each week we share practical, senior-friendly health tips that you can use right away. You're not alone on this journey. With a little care, a little knowledge, and a lot of heart, your legs and your whole body can stay strong for all the years and adventures yet to come. Thanks for watching, and be well. Now that you know which vitamins might be silently weakening your legs, it's time to take back control. But don't stop here. In part 4 of our leg health series, we'll show you 5 simple leg exercises you can do at home to rebuild strength and prevent falls. Click below or check the description to watch it now. And if this video helped you, be sure to subscribe so you never miss another tip for staying strong, mobile, and independent after 60.